As a tester, I think you'll be proud over there to tell like, okay, fine, being a tester, I'm the person who can save you from this kind of thing. So what is your comment in that?
Many people ask us, testing is very easy and why testing is needed. It can be deployed to production directly. So that gives the answer. Security testing is very much needed, penetration testing, and also testing the corner cases. So for all these things, technically we need testers.
Are developers enemies of testers?
I would say no. Developers and testers are not enemies, only the perspective which they think.
What is your favorite testing tool?
Postman for APIs.
So have you ever had a situation where you found a bug as a funny?
Yes, many times.
If I'm new into testing, how I can keep up myself with the testing scenario?
Coming to updating tech skills, one has to learn the basics of any tool which comes to the market. Example, Playwright. Now it is in boom.
From the current scenario of the development phase, how can you say that a tester's life is completely settled in future?
I would say learning automation.
What is your favorite testing mantra?
Ensuring quality should be a passion, not as a day-to-day 9-to-5 job.
Brewing some hot beverage with Tester. Hello guys, I'm your host Sharath and welcome to the second episode of QA Touch Coffee with Tester. After the first episode with Prashant, I got a huge comments and I was so excited to see those kind of replies which you guys have shown us. Thank you so much for watching the first episode. And the second episode, obviously that's a reference from Prashant again, and here I would like to tell a lot about the person because this person is LinkedIn top voice. At the same time, she has been a part of one among the 100 women in agile testing. At the same time, she is a test enthusiast. Like she has been testing for the past 6 years and currently she is working with Amex, which is American Express. So let me introduce you to a cricket enthusiast, to the blogger, to the person, to the tester, and also the same to the quality advocate, Shripriya. Welcome, Shripriya.
Thank you. Hi, Sharath.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Welcome once again to the show, Shripriya. I'm so glad that you are being a part of this QA Touch Coffee with Tester. And thank you so much for giving your valuable time. And like as a being a tester, I completely understand like few people works on a weekend and how frustrating that can be. So let me shoot you my first question. Like being a tester, how do you say like you are managing your work life from personal life effectively? Like do you have any kind of a balance or do you have any kind of tips and advices for the students?
Frankly, working on weekends, I wouldn't suggest to anybody because balancing professional and also personal life is very important for any person. So if we work properly for 5 working days, whichever we have, then there is no need to work on weekends unless it is a weekend support or DevOps kind of thing. If some release is happening, then I would suggest to work on weekends. But unless in my career, 6.8 years of career, I have worked only 3 weekends. That too, one is production issue and 2 are releases, which I supported. So coming to balancing personal and professional life, if we stay up to date in technical skills, then we don't need to work on weekends. Whatever updated technology we are getting, if we are at least the basics, if we are clear, then whatever work we get 5 working days, we can finish it off and based on the timelines.
Working, the word which you have said, like working on a weekends, you wouldn't suggest. Like I like the word, but I think like many managers should also understand this word because they are expert. Because I'm not offending them. Few people are taking people for granted because they are not understanding like few testers are humans too because they are continuous 24 hours working. I really loved your comment on that. And you said like we have to keep updated about the recent trends. So what is your suggestions in that? Like how a person, for example, if I'm new into testing, how I can keep up myself with the testing scenario? Is it through certain courses or is it like just reading? Like how do you suggest?
Coming to updating tech skills, one has to learn the basics of any tool which comes to the market. Example, Playwright. Now it is in boom. Learning Playwright in depth from end to end is not necessary. Just knowing the basics, how exactly it is different from Selenium. Everyone are saying Selenium will go away, a Playwright will be in boom. How exactly, what is the difference between Selenium and Playwright? Understand that. And updating tech skills with documentation helps, and also contributing to the open source like Selenium and also freelancing projects also. That helps to stay updated. And there are a lot of blogs and YouTube channels like Naveen Automation Labs and also Udemy courses of Rahul Shetty. Those are in-depth courses. So keeping updated with skills daily, at least 1 or 2 hours will help a lot.
Yeah, keeping ourselves updated in the current market trend is like thing we need. And I think it's very easy for us to learn things right now because things are everywhere. Things are just one click away and it's an AI it's an AI world. So everything is under the fingertip. So thank you so much for answering that. Like, I figured that you are a blogger. So I would like to know, like, are you into completely into technical blogging, and how did you got the inspiration to write?
I love to write technical blogs, which I started in COVID time when we were working from home. So now it's continued and now it has become a hobby. Even though when I go for vacation also, at least 1 hour I would spare that time to blogging. So it has become a habit and part of my life.
Nice. Wow, that was an amazing reply, because what happens is, I'm also a blogger, not a blogger, I write. And I started writing technical things, like I started doing certain kind of research about testing when I started joining with QA Touch. So I had a word with my product manager. So they helped me to write something in basic things, but somehow with the help of other articles, I was in a position to make it like bit professional. So yes, writing is one of thing. And plus, if we need to write, we need to read. So it's a question, like you can consider this as a question. So what is your favorite book in testing? So do you have anything in mind like that? Like, have you read any kind of particular testing kind of a technical question? I mean, book.
Yeah, I would suggest few of the books to software testers, and not only software testers, engineers as well. First book, my favorite book is Buddha in Testing. It is written by Pradeep Soundarajan, CEO of Mulya Testing, as you know. It's a fantastic book and a must-read book for all the testers. He has written all the experiences, and it's literally a fantastic book I would recommend. And next, I would suggest Software Bug Stories by Ajay. That is also a very good book which I read recently. And coming to programming, I would suggest Clean Code book, that, and also coming to system design, Alexu's system design book is the one. We can think like why system design is needed for testers. But in order to test the application, we need end-to-end understanding of the application. In that book, I learned a lot from that book, like how that system is connected and how we exactly can write derived test cases for all the corner cases as well. So these are the 4 books I would recommend, and I loved it a lot to read.
So yeah, that was very good kind of book suggestion from you. Even I have heard about Buddha in testing. Like, that's a very I mean, it's a very famous book right now. Like, Pradeep is one of my friend also, so I am in touch with him. So that's a very good inspirational book from your end. So thank you so much. And why I'm avoiding this testing books is, like, I think this testing will be completely purely using, I mean, the code and things like that, which I may not be in a position to understand. So that's the reason I'm taking my time to read testing books. But soon I'll be into that, and I'll make sure like I'm reading the suggestions which you have shared. So thank you so much for that, Sri Priya. So next is like a kind of a question. It's a kind of a real life scenario which everybody face. Like, I don't know if you remember. Obviously you will be remembering it. Like a Friday, people were completely coming to the office, and as soon as they on the computer, it was like a blue screen on the computer. Through this scenario, the entire world came to know about the importance of testing. So as a tester, I think you'll be proud over there to tell, like, okay, fine, being a tester, I'm the person who can save you from this kind of thing. So what is your comment in that?
Yeah, actually, this is the answer is there in your question itself. It's like many people ask us, testing is very easy, and why testing is needed? It can be deployed to production directly.
Exactly.
So that gives the answer. Security testing is very much needed, penetration testing, and also testing the corner cases, and also boundary value analysis for each test case is much needed. So for all these things, technically we need testers. Ultimately, testing is needed for any application to be used, and also for maintaining the software or application in production, testers are needed.
So it's like indeed a value for, I mean, it's a, we cannot avoid
Yes.
testers, just like nobody can do the job of a tester.
Yes.
So that's how that actually gave an impression to the world, actually, because see, honestly speaking, I'm not from a testing background, so I'm completely from a management kind of a background. So when I started working as a with testers and product owners, I realized like people were undervaluing testers. I mean, don't get offended. I'm being completely honest with you, because this is what I heard. Even I see in my organization also, like the way they respond to other people is completely, I feel like, okay, it's fine. Undervalue. You cannot just blame them just like that. Like, it's a collaborative effort, right? A developer should be in a good collaboration with a tester. So this way, here, would you be able to comment that I'll give a statement? Are developers enemies of testers?
I would say no. And day-to-day life, we face it. But I have worked in teams where developers and testers are working closely with reporting to single manager. So in Agile, actually collaboration is needed, as
Yes.
you said. So developers and testers are not enemies, only the perspective which they think. Okay, since we raise the defect or issue, they think we are just blaming them. But it is not like that. in order to maintain the software in production with ensured quality, developers and testers are both needed.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, like both are like mutually collab. Like
Yes.
testers give more job to developers and developers has to finish the job and vice
Yes.
versa. Too much testing things and too much technical things we have discussed. So now let's have some kind of fun. So I'm introducing rapid fire questions. So let's see like how fast Sripriya can answer. So Sripriya, let's get into the interesting part, which is rapid fire round. So what is your favorite testing tool?
Postman for APIs because I would love to test APIs. So Postman is my go-to tool.
Lovely. And at the same time, if you get a chance to become a developer, would you be able to do that?
Yes, of course.
How can you say that would you be able to do?
Because as a tester, now we are doing automation also and unit testing also. So if I get a chance to work as a developer, it will be a full stack engineer, right?
Right.
So end to end.
Lovely.
So I would love to do that.
Okay, that's great. And what is your favorite testing mantra?
Ensuring quality should be a passion, not as a day-to-day 9 to 5 job.
Do you extend your work on late nights because of a bug or a testing feature?
No, unless it is a production issue, something is happening, then only. Or else, like my manager wouldn't suggest to extend and work.
So have you ever had a situation where you found a bug as a funny?
Yes, many times.
Because of people.
And of course, we will be blaming developers for that,
obviously.
for the funny bugs. So I have found.
Okay. So this is the last rapid question. So as a tester, if you get a superwoman power, what are you going to implement?
I'll make the friendship bond strong between developers and testers.
So last question, and I know you're busy. I'll just leave you for your personal life. So before we wind up this session, so since you have been working in testing field for the past 6 years, so you will be knowing a kind of a future as well. Like for the next 5 year, what's going to happen? For the next 10 year, what's going to happen? So from the current scenario of the development phase, how can you say that a tester's life is completely settled in future?
I would say learning automation. It's not about, I'm not speaking about any specific
I
tool
know.
like Selenium, Playwright, Cypress. It's about understanding what is automation. Like automation is not equal to Selenium. Just we have to, wherever automation can be implemented in our agile model, which we are working. So we have to think of it and do some automation so that it will be progressive testing career, I can say. Not like doing the 9 to 5 job functional testing, regression testing, smoke testing. We have to implement automation, and I'm not speaking that manual testing will not be there. It will be there. There are cases which can't be automated as well. So adopting automation tech stack and understanding automation helps to be in the career.
Okay. So just now a question hit on my mind, like automation and manual testing. Like it's a huge debate which is happening in social media. It's like wherever I go to, different people's things. Some people are looking vouching only for manual testing. Some people are vouching for automation testing, and some people are telling that automation and manual is like a part of testing and it's just a framework. So what is your opinion in that?
I would say no to all the debates because manual testing is also needed. Automation is also needed. Automation is nothing but we are saving some time,
Exactly.
some resource time, and ultimately it is indirectly saving some dollars to the company. So saving time is equal to saving dollars for the company. So adopting automation is needed, and also manual testing is also needed. Both should go in hand.
Mutually collaborative sort of thing. So this is the first response which I've got, because as of now, when I had a word with tester, I do have a lot of friends. Okay, so some people are vouched only for manual testing and they are hesitant to test into automation. I'm like, just try it, yeah. Just at least try it. It's going to save your time, and even if I explain them, they're not ready. And there are some automation people who just use only automation without even using manual because they're not using their brain. And obviously,
there are a set of people who just fear for the exception or error when they run some code. So they have to come out of that fear, whatever it is there. Then they can be both manual and automation testers, so that career can be progressed.
So Sripriya, if you're not a tester, what was your professional ambition, or what will you be?
If I'm not tester or an engineer, I'd love to be cricketer.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. Like obviously everybody, and you are a cricket enthusiast, so you should be a cricketer. And India lost a women cricketer. What to do?
Yeah, I like Smriti Mandana. I'm a fan of her. It's bad, but next in future they'll win.
So wow, that was a lovely conversation with you, Sripriya. And I see that my coffee is coming to an end, so this show has to be end. And thank you so much for being a part of our coffee with
It was
Tester.
nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you. Honestly, I should thank Thank you for being a part of my show. And thank you so much for contributing to the community. At the same time, write more blogs, like inspire, especially being a woman, inspire the women, have a like mission to make more women into testing. Because if you know Priscilla, she's completely into that. She's a completely woman tester,
Yes.
woman tester. So be that, write more and test, test, test. So thank you so much, Shripriya, once again for being a part of my show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Different testers, different situations, and different scenarios. To understand this difference is a main motto of our show, Coffee with Tester by QA Touch. That's it for our second episode. So I'm excited to meet you for the third episode. So till the next time we meet, this is Sharath here, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.